Welcome back, Football Manager fanatics, to another episode of Testing Your Tactics. In today's episode, I've got a quirky, counter-attacking, strikerless tactic to show you. It's my own creation. It's been doing a lot of wonders in the Bundesliga. Let's hit the intro and let's get into the episode. Now, this tactic is kind of designed for lower to mid-table teams. Obviously, you don't want to be going a counter-attacking team if you're a powerhouse in your league. So in this test, I've gone for 3 teams in the Bundesliga: Borussia Mönchengladbach, Union Berlin, and also for Darmstadt 98. There's a couple of little tests as well with Lille and for Manchester United. But anyway, let's get into the tactic and show you what we're working with. Now, as always, this testing isn't always going to be perfect. We're going to go on a holiday for the whole season. The transfer window is going to be disabled in the first kind of instance as well. There's going to be no coaching badges, no past experience, just to keep it raw. And yeah, let's see how good the tactic is. Now, as always, you've been absolutely smashing it at the minute with the likes, subscribing, and the views as well. So please keep that up. My goal has changed to get 300 subscribers before Christmas. Let's make it happen. Hit the like button and subscribe below if you don't already. Let's get into the episode. So now a quick overview of this quite random tactic, if I do say so myself. It's a counter, no striker formation. It's going to be a balanced mentality in possession. It's going to be fairly wide attacking width, passing to space with overlap on the left and the right, and focus play through the middle as well. Passing directness is slightly more direct with a higher tempo. Low crosses in the final third and run at the defence as well for the dribbling. Now, in transition, it's a counter press and counter. It's a counter attacking formation with kind of nothing selected with the distribute to area and roll it out distribution style as well. Out of possession, it's going to be a high press line of engagement with a higher defensive line as well. We're going to press more often and we're going to prevent the short goalkeeper distribution as well. Now, it's a bit of a weird one. So sweeper keeper on defend with 2 wide centre backs on attack with a centre defender on defend as well. 2 complete wing backs on attack and the anchor in defence. This is hence the overlap on the left and the right and the play through the middle, because a lot of our players are going to be inside due to the inverted wingers on either side on support, and then the second strikers on attack kind of pushing out as well. Now, a very respectable 4th place finish for Borussia Mönchengladbach with the counter strike formation tactic, whatever you want to call it. 20 wins, only 4 draws with this, and 10 losses as well. Plus 29 goal difference and 64 points on the board. Now, we're only 4 points away from RB Leipzig in 3rd position. Let's see how we kind of got on in terms of the league. Now, player stats, we're not involved with the top goal scorers or the average rating either. However, looking at Heidenheim, did they have a fantastic season? I mean, they finished in 9th place, but their striker was top goal scorer, Tim Kleindienst. Man, this guy looks like an absolute unit. 6'4", 16 jumping reach, 16 aggression, 17 bravery, 17 heading, 16 work rate. He looks fantastic, very cheap as well. So one to have a look at, maybe if you're in the market for a good target man. Now, let's have a look at the stats and how we got on. So most goals, we were 3rd in the league with 62 goals and 5 goals scored from corners as well. So nice to see, even though we haven't got a main striker, that we are getting 3rd amount of goals in the league. Most shots for, 5th with this one, 345 shots in the season. Now, a few shots against, because we're quite a counter-attacking team, obviously we're going to be drawing pressure onto ourselves, so we're not involved with that, or the best pass completion either, nor with most possession. Most tackles won, we're not there. Most dribbles made, we're not there. Most clean sheets, 2nd, however, with 16 across the season. That's fantastic to see. And fewest conceded, we're 4th with this one here. Now, if we kind of have a look at the pass positions, at how we got on with Borussia Mönchengladbach. So started off in 7th, well, kind of dropped down to 7th, and then up to 5th. Lowest was 10th in the league, but we kind of teetered around 4th position. And to be fair, pretty consistent going forward, which isn't too bad. Now, other competitions was knocked out in the quarter-final to Borussia Dortmund in the DBF Pokal. Now, how do we get on with the scheduling? We're going to get rid of everything bar the Bundesliga. Now, we only drew 4 games, and the first one was a 4-4 draw to Augsburg. Then we beat Bayer Leverkusen 2-0, fantastic result there. A 1-0 loss to Bayern, could have been worse, but there's quite a few little silly losses here. So 1-0 to Wolfsburg, 2-1 to Dortmund. We didn't concede a lot, as we can see here. We finished the season quite well. A 2-0 victory over Union Berlin and a 2-0 victory over Eintracht Frankfurt. Yeah, not too bad at all. So let's have a look at the squad and see how they played. And looking at the player stats, the goals were shared across the front four. Obviously, we don't have our strikers, so Florian Neuhaus, he got 11 goals and 4 assists across the 32 games, a 6.98 rating. Although he is mainly a deep line playmaker, but I think he was playing in the second striker role up there. Hans Wolf with 10 goals and 9 assists from there. Looked like he was going to be a left winger coming in, although he's very cheaply rated, but he's out of contract at the end of the season. So Nico Alvidi, okay, 8 goals and 4 assists as a centre back. I mean, it's wacky, but you know, as we can see, quite a few players with 6 goals as well. The goals were shared across his team. Now, let's check out Union Berlin and see if we can do any better. Now, the media prediction for Union Berlin is to finish in 10th position. We have done a slight tactical tweak here. We've changed it from a balanced mentality onto cautious. Nothing else has been changed with the tactic. Let's go on holiday for the season and see how we get on. Now, I'm very happy with this finish with Union Berlin. We're finishing 7th position. Now, quite a difficult season for Union Berlin. They were involved in a lot of competitions here. They started off in the Champions League, which, you know, no spoilers here. We didn't manage to get out of the group stage against Inter and Manchester City. We won one against Young Boys 3-0. We drew 3 times, 2-2 to Man City, 0-0 to Inter, and a 1-1 to Young Boys as well. And then we lost a 4-2 to Inter and a 4-0 to Manchester City. So a bit of a battering in Europe with this one. In the UEFA Europa League, we lost out in the knockout playoff round to Roma. Again, a very tough team to come up against. And the DFB Pokal, we were knocked out in the second round to Bayern Munich. Now, kind of going back to the team and how we got on. So 14 wins, 5 draws and 15 losses. Exactly 0 goal difference as well, and 47 points. So we're only kind of 5 points away from Europa League and 2 points away from Conference League as well. So not too bad going forward. Goal stats wise, we haven't made it onto this list here, nor the average rating, or the assist either. So let's kind of have a look at how the team has got on. Most goals for. Now the team isn't as good as Borussia Mönchengladbach's, but we've managed to get in joint 7th with 38 goals across the season. It's about 1 goal a game, which isn't fantastic, but it's a counter-attacking, strikerless tactic as well. Most shots for, not involved with this. Few shots against, however, Union Berlin was 8th with 292 shots against across the season. Best pass completion and possession, I don't expect us to be across this list either. Most tackles won, Mainz won that one, but we weren't involved with this. Most dribbles made, not involved either. Now let's have a look at the pass positions to see how we kind of got on. In 7th place, so started off quite well, a couple of wins to start the season, but then dropped into 7th, and we've done quite well actually to finish in 7th position in total, because it looks like we've dropped down into 12th position here before slowly rising back up to a higher 4th, but then just teetered off towards the second half of the season. Now, if we look at the schedules, obviously there's a lot of competitions that we were involved in here, but we're just going to focus on the Bundesliga for this one. Started off decently, you know, 2 losses in the first 7, 8 games, but, you know, there were to Leipzig and... No, there weren't. They were friendlies. Oh, okay, ignore that one then. A bad kind of start with Borussia Dortmund in the middle here in October. A good drop of form coming in December and January, where we won 6 games on the bounce, but yeah, a little bit too inconsistent going towards the second half of the season. So even though we did kind of improve upon what was expected of us with the league position, yeah, kind of hasn't come into effect as well as we'd wanted. Looking at the squad as well, Brandon Aronson 11 goals and 3 assists with this one. Yannick Carberer with 9 goals and 6 assists. I'm going to butcher a lot of these names, so I apologise for that. And then Geraldo Becker with 8 goals and 6 assists. So even though we have kind of improved upon the tactic here, was only away from Europe with a couple of points. But yeah, a stronger team, as we've shown with Borussia Mönchengladbach, should have yielded better results. Now, if you look at this, funnily enough, Borussia Mönchengladbach finished in 15th position without our help, so I still see it as a positive. But anyway, on to Darmstadt 98. Let's see how we get on there. In all honesty, I wasn't too happy with changing the mentality from cautious for Union Berlin, so we've gone back to balanced mentality with Darmstadt 98. Now, the reason I've chosen this team is their media prediction is to finish like completely bottom of the Bundesliga. If we just show here as well, season preview, to finish bottom, we just got promoted from the division below. Let's see how we got on with this tactic. Can we beat 18th place? I really hope we can. And improve on 18th place we have. We finished in 12th position, which I'm very happy with here, considering, you know, no signings have been made and we're predicted to finish rock bottom. So 34 games played, 9 wins, 8 draws and 17 losses, minus 15 goal difference, but we're the worst team in the division. So kind of seeing that doesn't surprise me at all. Let's guess how many stats we're going to be involved in. I don't think it's going to be many, but let's have a look in the team overview. So most goals for, not involved there. Shots for, not involved. Fewest against, not involved. Pass completion and most possession, we're not there. Most tackles won, not even involved in that one. Dribbles made, no. Clean sheets, no. If you just conceded, no. But it's going to have a look at our pass positions for Darmstadt to see how we kind of got on here. Now, decent start to the season, rising to 5th, but we have dropped kind of significantly down. Now you can't really see where I am here, so I'm just going to move myself over the way. We're a consistent mid-table team, sat in 10th for a lot of it, and then just fell away at the end of the season to go into 12th place. And if you have a look at the competitions as well, DBF Pokal knocked out in the second round to Hertha Berlin, and when you look at the schedule as well, you know, I'm actually quite happy with how it went. It's a counter-attacking strikerless formation. We had a decent start to the season, but ultimately we're the worst team in the division, and we lost 5 in a row just down here. So obviously it's not an ultimate tactic, but just a little bit of fun to see how you get on as well. If you do take it on, you're gonna have better players than I have as well. So across kind of the front line, Marvin Malem, 9 goals and no assists. A bit of a greedy boy, that one. But Thomas Kempe with 8 goals and 6 assists. And then, yeah, the quality really did show across this team. But, you know, we finished in 12th place. Can't complain. Now, 2 extra tests just to show you. The first one's with Lille. The media prediction was to finish in 6th position. We finished in 5th. 16 wins, 8 draws and 10 losses throughout the season, plus 14 goal difference as well, which is very good. Now, this league is always dominated by Paris Saint-Germain, Monaco and Marseille. So if we can kind of break into any of the team stats for them, let's find out. Most goals for, we're in joint 7th here with 48 across the season, 8 goals coming from corners. Most shots for, 7th as well, to match our most goals for, which is nice to see. Few shots against, 4. It's very solid, actually, defensive formation for Lille. 296 shots kind of against us across the season. Best pass completion and most possession. Again, never going to be in there. Most tackles won, not involved, but most dribbles made. We are 8th in this one as well with 499 across the season. Joint 5th with 11 clean sheets. And fewest conceded, 3rd across the whole season as well. So not too bad, but just to look at their other competitions, we're runner-up in the Europa Conference League. We lost on penalties to Fenerbahce. That's gutting. How did we do in the Conference League? I don't normally go through this one, but most goals for, 5th across the whole competition with 34. Most shots for, 6th with 190. Best pass completion and possession, we're not involved with that, but very interesting. Games without losing, we went 6 games without losing. Losing out in the final, which is hard pill to take. And in the French Cup, was runners-up as well, losing to Paris Saint-Germain. Of course we did. It was only 1-0, but you know, it's it's not too bad. Most goals for, third across the 8 teams, across all the teams in France. Most shots for, not involved with that one, but obviously the teams do come in at a lower stage. But to finish 5th, runners up in 2 competitions, not a bad test if I do say so myself. Now quickly to the player stats for the team. Heraldsson, 18 goals and 1 assist across 46 games in all competitions. Jonathan David, to be fair, he's only just got injured, but he got 15 goals and 7 assists. Yusuf Yazici, butchered it probably, let me know down below, 13 goals and 11 assists. So they kind of shared the goals between them, which is very nice to see. Now, I've got Manchester United test just to show you. Let's get into that one and then let's wrap up the episode. Now, I will say with the Man United test, it's a slightly different tactic that I went for because they're a team that should be challenging at the top end of the table. So I've gone for a kind of more of a positive mentality on this one here. The difference is inverted wing backs on support for our left back and right back position, a half back on defend as our deep line playmaker, defensive midfielder, and then 2 inside forwards on attack instead of inverted wingers. Let's see how we get on for the end of the season. And what a result, we finished in 3rd place, Champions League football for Manchester United, and was only 5 points away from the top with Liverpool. 24 wins, 10 draws, too many draws there. If we'd converted 2 of those into wins, then, you know, different story. And 4 losses throughout the league, which is fantastic to see. Now, Bruno Fernandes with 19 goals, 2nd in the goal scoring charts in the Premier League. 15 assists as well for Bruno. Very nice to see. Andre Nana, 23 clean sheets. That must be a glitch in Football Manager. But let's have a look at the team overview as well. So most goals for, 75 goals scored in the season, 5th in the leaderboard. Most shots for, again 5th with 468 across the league. Fewest shots against, matched up with 4th here, 270 against us. Best pass completion, we've actually made it onto this list here, 88% pass completion. Are we in the possession as well? We are, 54% average, in 7th place there. Most tackles won, we're not involved, but we are 3rd in most dribbles made across the season. Most clean sheets with 24, as we saw Anana topping the leaderboard there. And 2nd, fewest conceded with 30. Now I didn't do this with the little test, but let's have a look at the pass positions, see how they get on. Now it was quite a mediocre kind of season going forward, but they ended up climbing and steadying. I'm surprised we're still in the job at this point, to be fair. Was in 5th for quite a while, into 4th, and then finished very strong into 3rd position. Any other competitions that we're in? Champions League, knocked out in the semi-final by Paris Saint-Germain. They're facing FC Bayern. English FA Cup 3rd round, Arsenal defeated us there, and then we lost in the Carabao Cup quarter-final to Tottenham Hotspur. Now, I'm not saying this is the greatest counter-attacking, strikerless tactic in the world. It was just a bit of fun tactic, but we've had some good success in the Bundesliga with consolidation, and as you saw with Darmstadt 98, predicted to finish rock bottom, and we finished in 12th place, so very good to see. Now, if you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe, and check out these other videos as well. I'll see you next time.